guys, today I'm gonna explain about the United Nations. So basically, United Nations, also been known as UN, is an organization between countries established on 24 October 1945 to promote international cooperation. UN was founded to replace the League of Nations following World War II and to prevent another conflict. When it was founded, the UN had 15 member states. There are now 190 member states, most of the nation. Alright, so I'm going to explain about history, the background of United Nations. After the World War I, the nation of the world formed the League of Nations. As we know, this organization was a place where nations could talk through their difference. However, some countries like Germany, Italy, and Japan ignored the League and tried to solve their problem through war. Members of the League of Nations did not want to go to war to protect other members, and the League failed. A second war soon started, and we know that the war is devastating, and we call it a Second World War. The alliance of the World War II often called themselves the United Nations, united against the Axis power. After the war, the winner formed a new organization for world peace on 25 April 1945 in San Francisco. They decided on the name United Nations. In June, they signed the United Nations Charter, saying how the organization will work. The UN was created on 24 October 1945, and its first meeting was held in January 1946. Since 1947, the 24th of October had been called United Nations Days. First of all, we need to know that United Nations have a motto, shaping our world together. That is the United Nations motto. We go into the background of the United Nations. The United Nations is due to the power vested in the Charter and its unique international character. The United Nations can take action on the issue confronting humanity in the 21st century, such as peace and security, climate change, sustainable development, human rights, disarmament, terrorism, humanitarian and health emergency, again the equality, governance, food production, and more. The UN also provides a forum for its members to express their view in the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, and other bodies and committees, by enabling dialogue between its members and hosting by negotiation. The organization has become a mechanism for government to find areas of agreement and solve the problem together. Each of the 193 member states of the United Nations is a member of the General Assembly. States are admitted to membership in the UN by a decision of the General Assembly upon the recommendation of the Security Council. The main organs of the United Nations are the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the Trusteeship Council, the International Court of Justice, and the UN Secretariat. All were established in 1945 when the UN was founded. So now we're going through to United Nations headquarters. All organs of the United Nations are based in New York City, United States of America, except the International Court of Justice, which is located in the Netherlands. Okay, next. Most nations are members of the UN and send diplomats to the headquarters to hold meetings and make a decision about global issues. An international organization founded in 1945 after the World War II. It is currently made up of 193 member states. The mission and work of the United Nations are guided by the purpose and principle contained in the founding charter.
Hi, I'm Nur Amalina Shahada binti Ramli. My matric number is 259165. I will talk about six main bodies of United Nations and its roles. The first one is General Assembly. General Assembly is the only body which all UN members are represented. The General Assembly exercises deliberative, supervisory, financial, and elective function within the scope of United Chapter. And the primary role is to discuss the issues and recommendations, even though it has no power to enforce its resolution and compel the state action. The second main body of United Nations is Security Council. Security Council, the primary role is to maintain the international peace and security, and it consisted 11 members, which is 5 permanent members and 6 non-permanent members, which is elected by General Assembly for the 2 years term. And any country, even if it's not a member of United Nations, may bring their dispute to the attention of United Nations. The third one is the Economic and Social Council. The Economic and the Social Council designed to be UN main venue for discussion of international economic and social issues. ECOSOC is empowered to recommend international action on economic and social issues, to promote universal respect for human rights, and work with global cooperation that are related to social education and cultural. The fourth one is Trusteeship Council. Was designed to supervise government on trust territories and lead them to the self-government. Each member had one vote, and decisions were taken by simple majority of the present. The fifth one is the International Court of Justice. It is the principal judicial organization in United Nations. The court's origin was produced from the League of Nations, and judge was elected by General Assembly and Security Council, which voting independently. The last one is the Secretary. It's a general principal administrative officer of United Nations, which elected for 5 years, renewable term by 2/3 vote of General Assembly, and recommendation by Security Council. The role of the Secretary General as a chief administrative officer at all meeting, and comes with a function of those organs which trust the Secretariat.
The reason why the world needs United Nations is because of the function placed by the agencies. So there are a few agencies that has established in the United Nations, and they are Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO), United Nations Educational and Cultural Organization (UNESCO), International Labour Organization (ILO), World Bank Group (WBG), International Monetary Fund (IMF), World Health Organization (WHO). So every agency plays an important role in keeping the world at peace. For example, Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO). So this agency role is to defeat hunger around the world. FAO mandate is to raise the level of nutrition, improve agricultural productivity, provide a better life of people at the rural area, and contribute to the growth of the world economy. Today, countries face an increasing myriad of demand and challenges in agricultural development. So to support them, FAO has identified 5 key priorities in which the organization can best apply and leverage its knowledge, expertise, and also experience. In recent decades, FAO has assisted Nepal in creating food security and nutrient policies and programs. So Nepal continues to reform following years of conflict and earthquake which struck in April 2015. FAO has been actively refining key stakeholders on understanding, promoting, and monitoring the right to food in legislative and policy instruments. Current cooperation efforts are focused on innovative approaches to agricultural development along with the regulation of the agricultural activities that were cut short by the earthquake. So the inclusion of the right to food as a fundamental of human right in the newly adopted constitution in 2015. Next is WHO, World Health Organization. So what WHO did in between 1990 until 2010 is WHO has contributed to a 40% decline in the number of deaths from tuberculosis. And since 2005, almost 46 million people have been treated and estimated 7 million lives saved through practices advocated by the WHO. So these include engaging with the national government and their financing, early diagnosis, standardizing treatment, monitoring of the spread and the effect of the tuberculosis, and stabilizing the drug supply. It has also recognized the vulnerability of victims of the HIV or AIDS to tuberculosis. So we can conclude that without WHO, this disease could not be controlled until now. Next is IMF, International Monetary Fund. So the IMF primary purpose is to ensure the stability of the international monetary system, which is the system of exchange rate and international payment that enable the countries and their citizens to transact with each other. The IMF has three main functions, which are overseeing the economic development, lending, and capacity development. So through economic surveillance, the IMF monitors developments that affect the members' economy and also global economy as a whole. So the IMF lends to its member nation with balance of the payments problem so they can strengthen their economies. The group also provides assistance, policy advice, and training through its various technical assistance programs.
We couldn't agree more that the world without UN wouldn't be better. So why we choose that statement? Because UN has been made several activities that it can be influential and helping the world. So I will choose three main activities done by UN. So the first one is maintaining peace and security, the second one is making peace, and the third one is prevention nuclear proliferation. Maintaining peace and security is the purpose that also stated in the UN Charter Article 1. UN sending the 69 peacekeeping and observer to the world trouble spots. UN has successful to prevent and helping those countries to overcome conflicts and restore the calm. Now there are 16 peacekeeping that carried out by 125 brave men and women from other countries. Stubborn conflicts has come to an end by the UN collaboration either as a third party or the mediator. There are many resources credits the UN peacemaking, peacekeeping, and conflict prevention activities done by UN as the major factor behind the 40% in decline of the conflict in those countries. Recent examples include Sierra Leone, Burundi, the North-South conflict in Sudan and Nepal. In addition, UN also used the preventive diplomacy and other forms of preventive activities to defuse the potential conflict around the world. So the last activities established by UN is to preventing the nuclear proliferation. More than 5 decades, the UN has established the International Atomic Energy Agency, or also known as IAEA, to serve the world as the nuclear inspector. its experts work to ensure that the safeguard of nuclear material is only used for peaceful purpose. Until today, IAEA has made the nuclear agreement with more than 180 countries. For conclusion, there are many activities that influence and make a difference for our world. UN has established more than 70 activities that has a variety of categories such as for international security and economic development, social development, human rights, environment, international law, humanitarian affairs, and health. However, there are some critics saying that UN response is failed to prevent or not quickly enough to those conflicts. By the way, the important thing that we should remember in our mind is that the sole decision made by the sole decision to any policies or action is only up to the country member leaders itself, not from the entire organization. As a result, we can't deny that if the world without UN, the world wouldn't be better.